Hey everyone. Throughout Santa Fe County in central New Mexico, there are plenty of passenger trains that ride the rails every day. From the twice daily action on the Amtrak line, to the occasional Sky Railway tourist trains, to the frequent Rail Runner commuter trains that run through Santa Fe, there are lots to see along the rails. Over the past few months, I've collected lots of footage of passenger trains within the county, and I figured it would be a good time to share with y'all. Starting off on a warm September day, I drove down towards the Amtrak line in Galisteo, New Mexico to see both of the day's Amtrak trains pass by. First train of the day was a Los Angeles to Chicago Amtrak 4, making its way past the Camino Los Abuelos road crossing with the Sandia Mountains in the background. After Amtrak 4, it'd be a roughly 2-hour wait until number 3 showed up, so I had plenty of time to look around. One of the things that caught my eye was a brand new signal at the east end of the crossing. I'm assuming the signal was put in to replace the ancient semaphores in the area because the classic Santa Fe era signals were being removed shortly after this video was shot, but I'm not too certain about that. After the long wait, I got word that the westbound chief was leaving Lammy, so I set up my camera equipment to get ready for him. Today's train featured quite a consist, with 2 upgraded Metrolink commuter coaches up front by the locomotives and 2 Pacific Surfliner cars bringing up the rear. Old Metrolink cars are becoming a fairly common sight in the Southwest Chief nowadays as the commuter rail gets them upgraded. Cars are delivered by Amtrak to the Talgo factory in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and in the factory the rail cars are being brought to today's standards of commuter rail with new features inside to improve the ride for passengers and a sleek new paint scheme outside to match Metrolink's newer locomotives and passenger cars. About a month later, just before Halloween, I got word of more of the commuter cars being delivered via the Southwest Chief. I had a free day, so I drove down to the Lamy Amtrak stop to catch the train. This time, the eastbound chief was making the delivery, so we got to see what the original cars looked like before being overhauled. It's November now and we're at the Rabbit Road crossing in southern Santa Fe. A Sky Railway Sunset Serenade train is approaching as he makes his way down the line showing off the New Mexico scenery to his passengers. On board this train is Southwest Railroad Photography, who is another New Mexico rail fan. His channel is linked in the description below. 4 days have passed and I find myself at the old State Route 16 bridge over the tracks right near the county line. A couple hundred feet east of here is a freight track that leads to the nearby Rosario asphalt plant. That track was also the former main line before the new northern track was built. I'm here for 3 trains today, NMRX 104 and 513, followed by Amtrak 3. First to pass is northbound Railrunner Express train number 104 speeding away from its previous stop in Kiowa. In a few minutes, 104 will be meeting with southbound 513 at the Silva siding just south of Santa Fe. After the meet, 513 continues south towards Albuquerque and finally Belen. Now, if everything went smoothly, my original plan was to see all 3 trains within a span of about 30 minutes or less. But of course, when out on the rails, plans can quickly change. What was supposed to be a sub-15-minute wait between 513 and Amtrak turned into an hour wait due to a mechanical problem one of number 3's locomotives faced about 6 miles east of here in Los Cerrillos. But he eventually showed up and I was able to get the shot I was wanting. It's now mid-December, and after passing my midterm exams, I'm on my winter break from school, so I had plenty of time to get out by the rails. On this day, I drove to the small town of Los Cerrillos to see yet another Amtrak 3. Like the spot in Galisteo, right next to the crossing stands another brand new signal that is yet to be activated. A few days passed and it's now New Year's Eve. I was originally planning on staying home today, but I got word that the Phase 1 Heritage Unit was trailing on today's Amtrak 4, so I decided I'd squeeze one last train in for 2022. I packed up my gear and hit the road heading to the Camino Los Abuelos crossing in Galisteo once again to see this train pass on a fairly warm December day. The year 2023 has arrived, and I headed out to the Railrunner line on the 3rd of January simply because I was bored at home and wanted something to do. I picked the South Capitol Station as my spot for northbound express train 104 and set up a few minutes before his headlight appeared from behind the hill south of the station. As you may have noticed, this train is being pushed by not one, but two locomotives, which is something that hasn't happened in quite some time on the railroad line. I was originally going to see this train just once because I had some errands to run, but like I mentioned earlier, plans change easily while out along the rails. I drove about a mile south of here to the St. Michael's Drive crossing to see this train once again, this time heading south with the locomotives pulling. Three days later, I headed back out to the railroad line to see the fairly busy evening rush hour. My first spot is near the Siringo Road crossing. I only recently found this spot, and I'm a fan of it because it's one of the only places where you can see northbound trains with good light. On this afternoon, I'm starting off with another 104, this time with only one locomotive. After 104, I headed north to the San Mateo crossing located at the south end of the Fott siding. I'm here to see that same consist going south as train 515. After him, I head further north to the South Capitol Station to see a northbound equipment move heading from the storage track just south of the Zia Station to the Santa Fe Depot. After this train reaches the Santa Fe station, he loads up on passengers and heads south as Express Train 101. I would have stayed out for a few more trains, but it was starting to get dark, which meant it was getting very cold very fast, so I packed up and headed home for the night. Just about a week has passed and we get to the final train of the video. I drove down to Lamy to try out a new spot next to the US 285 bridge near the station. The train we are seeing here is once again Amtrak 3 pulling passengers to Albuquerque and beyond. Well, that wraps it up for this video. I had lots of fun filming all the clips and I hope you all enjoyed it too. Thank you very much for watching. I hope to see you again next time. Bye!